This is crazy.
He
This has been
had
a
three
crazy show.
kids and a dog.
I have 3 kids and a dog,
And
they
his
all
neighbor's
they all
dog.
attacked my neighbor. They're dead. Everyone's
Yeah.
dead. Everyone's dead. And by the time you watch the show, you'll be dead too.
Don't
So
forget to go over to our listener support page by going to the Spotify app on your phone, typing the Morning Woods into your search bar, and then you just go up to our profile, click See More, and that would take you directly to Anchor's listener support. We have 3 tiers, 99 cents, $4.99, and $9.99. We'd really appreciate your support.
A person on here that has a different perspective of the world and
Yes.
how that have lived and we got to improvise here just a little bit. So
Yes.
no, we don't. We don't have to improvise anything because I'm cutting the last 20 minutes out of the show. Jesus Christ! I don't even know what's going on anymore. I don't even care. My dog just ate the neighbor kid. That's what the fuck happened. If you guys were wondering where the fuck I was, my dog just killed the fucking neighbor. Jesus Christ. These headphones aren't even on right. Carl, I really appreciate you coming here all the way from China to be able to do the show tonight. I just want to say that you being here has made me stop my Asian hate, and I hope that you guys at home stop your Asian hate too, because it's fucking bullshit. We're sick of it. That's why Carl came here tonight. Other than that, this has been a really fun show, and I really enjoyed everybody.
are recording.
We're recording? Why do I always say that? Like I'm fucking surprised. This is like the 15th episode. What's up, Carl?
What's up, Johnny?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Thank you for coming out to the show while you were in town. I know Boston is a long drive, but you didn't make that drive for this podcast. But
No, that's what I did.
yeah, he came
I
here
heard you
all
had
the
a
way for this show.
podcast.
Do you believe it? You believe it? You're originally from Dayton, but you do comedy in Boston now.
Yes.
What's the Boston scene like? I don't know. I've never been up there, but obviously you hear of like guys like Patrice O'Neal, guys like Louis C.K., Greg Giraldo. I mean, so many killers have come out of there. And also, I want to piggyback this by saying, do you go to like New York a lot? Because what is the scene like in Boston versus New York? Because that's obviously the mecca, and you're not far.
So I've been in Boston for like 3 years, and 2 of them were messed up by COVID. So
You haven't even got to put your foot in, huh?
I mean, I did, but mostly at the open mics and some shows.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Right. Now the clubs
So-
are open back up down there. Or
Yeah.
up there.
Now the scene is coming back.
Yes.
Now there's way more stuff going on.
Yeah.
So that's better. But I'm planning on moving to New York next year.
So you're going to New York. Have you
Yeah.
done comedy out there yet?
I did open mic once when I went to see Louis C.K.
Okay.
show.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. Where'd you go see him at? What theater? Did you go to a theater? Or is it a club?
You know his new special.
I don't,
Sorry, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. No, it's on his website.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna buy it when you leave. What is it? $20? I'm gonna
10.
buy $10.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it when you leave. Some
Yeah,
people
so
keep telling me.
he shoot that in the Hulu Theater in Madison Square Garden, and that's the show I went to see.
Holy
It
shit!
was the
You saw a
Saturday
show
night.
at MSG, dude.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was a great show.
I was gonna say, what's that like as a not just a comic, but as a fan of comedy? Like, it's only like it's a new sport relatively, or a new genre. Like in and of itself, comedy's only been around for like 70, 50 years.
Yeah.
What, like
Something like that.
1950? Something like that. Lenny Bruce. Can you Google that? When was Lenny? I think Lenny Bruce was officially the first
I mean,
stand-up.
comedy's been around since like the
Yeah.
gestures and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
But
and
just
courts,
the
but
modern day
Like stand-up.
stand-up,
modern day
the
stand-up,
business
it would
around it.
probably,
That we
18 something.
you think
yeah,
1800s?
No, yeah, for sure.
No
Yeah.
way. I think it's like the early 19s.
Give me 1 second and I'll.
That's why I always
take a look.
let's clear this up. Also, ask Google or whoever who is the first stand-up. Who is recognized as the first stand-up. I think that's something.
I don't think it matters.
I'd like to know. I'd like to know who they wrote down. They were like, "Hey, somebody's got to beat this guy. They're gonna fucking make that guy the guy. We're gonna find out who the guy is."
Well, Google says it's a guy named Charlie Case,
Charlie Case.
and He was set up in New York City around the 1880s.
1880s.
Yeah.
All right, you were
So I was
totally
right.
right. You were totally right.
I love that how you're doing this, like Joe Rogan, just asking the producer to just Google it. Just Google. I want to know this now.
Literally, I
Give it
have
to
no
me.
information until Zach gives it to me. I'm just fucking going. I'm blowing in the wind right now. We're just
Alright.
pissing in the wind. You know what I mean? I'm just like, it's hitting me all over the face. I was like, you know what, you son of a bitch? I don't believe you. Let's get the producer involved, and well, then you want to ask some more questions? What are you doing here? Carl, you're the best. Oh man, yeah, dude. So Boston comedy. I hope that you get. I hope you get some mics in, and I hope you get some sets in, and
Yeah.
get some connects and network while you're up there for the year that you're up there.
Yeah.
Because like I said, we both know how many killers have come out of there in the past. People that we really look up to, and
And they all moved to New York, so that's
Yeah.
my next move.
that's the move. That's where you go to get good, huh?
Yes. I mean, that's what I figured. Like, you need at least 2 mics a night to
Yeah.
work on your shit, like, in a good pace.
5 or 6 days a week. Yeah,
Yes.
You get on stage for an hour a week, basically.
I mean,
2 hours a week.
I mean, at least 2 mics so you can reflect real quick, like what you did wrong on the first mic, and then you can fix that.
Yeah.
You can think about it in between.
Mm-hmm.
So that's precious. If you're only doing 1 a night, you don't think about it till the next day, and that's just it just drags it. Yeah, it takes longer for a bit to complete.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing I really do miss about Vegas is like you get 2 or 3 mics in a night, and
Yes.
Yeah.
and like I mean like one like they'll start at 6 o'clock, and then you have to make one at 8, and then you have to make one the late one at 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
It's not like that
I've
for
never
us,
been to
obviously.
New York. I've never done that circuit or.
Well, New
anything
York
like that.
is way more mics.
Yeah, yeah.
You could do like.
but do you
I heard
have
you
to
can get on
do,
stage
you
8
have to-
times a day over there.
Yeah.
But don't like for the good clubs, don't you have to do calls like
Yeah,
street
so-
calls and stuff like that?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta
Barking.
grab people on the
Yeah.
street, like,
I
hey.
think almost always, especially if you're brand new. If you haven't.
Yeah, pretty much.
They don't give a shit who you are. You know.
I
what
mean, Nick is doing that a lot in
Yeah.
New York.
Look
He
at-
said,
look
"Well,
at-
you get on shows and do 10 minutes." So
Yeah.
that's good.
Dude, I see him constantly doing shows at different comedy clubs out there. He's always posting about it.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Yeah, New York, man, that's the move. I really need to make it up there and make that happen. I'm doing some stuff across the country this year. I'm turning down some stuff because I just can't go that far. I can't go as far as they want me to go and do the stuff that they wanted me to do. But I'm
Yeah, I know. That's
taking
the thing.
some of them. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm taking a couple of gigs.
Awesome. Where?
So I'll be in North Carolina,
Nice.
Colorado. There's one here in Ohio, but it's the same satellite and the same company. It's a satellite of them, and then Atlanta.
Awesome.
Atlanta Punchline. So I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, I think it's the World Series of Comedy.
Yeah.
You've heard of it? Yeah.
Yes.
So they're doing like 12 shows across the country this year, and
Yeah.
I sent in a submission tape in, and the guy, I need to email him back. 'Cause it's been like a day or two now because I've just been sitting on it. But the guy emailed me back, and they asked me to host all the shows.
Wow.
Be one of the hosts, and
Awesome.
basically there's
Oh,
6
it's-
shows a weekend,
it's
and
a
I would do
gr-
3 of the shows, 3 of the 6.
It's a great opportunity.
I know, dude. That's what I
Yes.
said, but I was like, I got 3 kids. I work full time. Like,
yeah, I know.
and,
You can't do
it's-
like all 12
I
satellites.
can't do all 12. I basically have to fly out to a few of them this year, like probably 25% of the shows or something like that.
Yeah.
And also that way I get to showcase in front of some big clubs, some managers, and then also I'll meet the staff. I'll meet other comics that are at my level and probably above us too.
Yes.
And it will do things for me, small things.
Yes.
Right. But I'm gradually, comedy's a long game. It's
It's a long game, and the mess up part is that you don't get the recognition until you get undeniably good.
Yeah.
Until you absolutely murder every show they see you at.
Yeah.
That's when you really get. That's when people start asking you to do their shows and like, hey, who's this guy? But before that, it kind of doesn't matter as much. But it's a great opportunity to network and just practice the craft.
Yeah, just do your best stuff in front of people who
Yes.
have no idea who you are, and then you really see if it's
Yes.
A1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you can toss
World
some of that
Series
out.
comedy is a great place for comedian to go.
Yeah,
I
think so
highly
too.
suggest that.
I think so too. I'm very excited about it. It was like a last minute thing. I actually had Wyatt on the show. You know Wyatt Lutz. He was on the show a few weeks ago and maybe last week, and he mentioned that he was going to do some of their satellites, and I was like, oh, I heard of that, and I missed a bunch of festivals this year because I'm really good at procrastinating, and I'm also like, I'm honest with myself about my material and where I'm at, and sometimes maybe too honest, so I get self-conscious, and I'm like, I don't even want to send the tape in sometimes, so I'll miss these deadlines of all these festivals, and I was like, you know what, fuck this. I told myself I'm gonna do it, so I just spent this.
Yes.
I spent the money. I sent the tape. I was like, fuck it, no regrets.
Yes.
And then they hit me back and said they actually liked it. So it
Awesome.
was, dude, it felt really good. And so hopefully other stuff like that continues to happen for me and you and for
Oh,
everybody that
awesome.
we know. And you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think that's what makes the scene better is all of us getting better and getting opportunities and
Yes.
going out there and
Oh,
after.
you're gonna learn a lot from these guys.
Yeah.
Joe and Jason, they know everything about comedy. So
Yeah.
yeah, make sure you ask them on the feedbacks.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's what Travis Charles told me. He used to work with those guys, and he said that the best opportunity is like going out to dinner at the end of
Yes.
each show and networking with the comics because
Yes.
we're not talking to each other at the show probably anyway.
Yeah.
Because we're all against each other and
Oh,
we're all
yeah.
trying to compete, and you got your shit. You don't want to.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Are
but
you planning on doing any of the satellites?
I'm planning on doing it this year as well.
you gonna
Okay.
I
do
did
the
it last
Boston
year.
one?
How many of them are you planning on going to?
I'll probably just do the Boston one,
Yeah.
and because I'm not sure about my schedule this year on traveling.
Yeah.
Because my job and stuff.
Yeah.
So
So what do you do besides this, or besides stand up?
besides stand up, I'm a data analyst.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
So-
didn't know he was a fucking data
No, I
analyst?
didn't.
You couldn't have guessed.
No, I didn't.
He was like one of three
No,
professions.
but
He's a
It's either
successful
accountant or data analyst.
or a doctor.
um,
He looks like my dentist.
I wasn't going to go there, but yeah, we just did. But
This is
we
why
were
you
talking.
shouldn't smoke
We were
weed.
talking before about how you're from China. I wanted to dive in on just a little bit on that. Like you were talking about the freedom of speech and everything like that. What do they have out there that is similar to stand up?
We have stand up.
Yeah.
And also we have this thing called 相声. It's basically stand up. At the beginning, it's just one guy in the street and start telling jokes.
That's
And
dope.
It's a street performance. That's where it
Like
started.
Shakespeare in the Park.
Yes.
That's
And then
badass.
people start watching, and it starts growing, and then they move
So
into.
like I know you said that there's a problem with freedom of speech. Do you really have to watch what you say when you
Yes.
do stuff like that? Like, have you watched people get detained for?
Well, there are people who said the wrong thing, and then they're banned from
Life.
doing. I mean, pretty much.
Yeah, but I remember the president getting upset about
Yes.
people calling him Winnie the Pooh.
You better not joke
Oh,
about
wow.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. So like, I mean, it
Yeah.
just,
His lineage is
You
still there.
better-
Relax. He's like,
Like,
my,
I heard that,
he's like,
like,
my bloodline can connect back to that place. Don't fuck
no,
around.
I'm not fucking around with it. Like, I'm curious.
That's not the
because,
only
like,
place in the world that's like that too, though, because the
No.
I don't know what to call him, but the guy over there, the Muslim leader or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
like you can't even draw their cartoons of them or
Yes.
the
or
Prophet Muhammad.
the Prophet Muhammad, their actual
Yes.
God or anything. That's another story. It's just it's
Oh, yeah.
it's not the craziest thing in the world, and I don't think that
Mm-hmm.
we're far from that here in the next 50 or 100 years, or you know what I
I
mean?
mean, at least it's in the Constitution, and it's the best thing we have.
Yeah.
The freedom of speech, we gotta protect it.
it's
in
it's
any
it's-
way we
it's-
can.
it-
Did
we
you
really
get
do.
your citizenship?
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's
Okay.
gonna take years.
Yeah,
Even the
I
green
heard that-
card
I heard
takes
that
years.
yeah, I heard that.
I'll marry you if that will help.
Please, let's
but-
do that
Okay.
on this podcast. Let's
Awesome.
get married.
We'll get married. We will legally get married on this podcast. You guys go to our listener support program, and you guys need to fund the wedding. That's what we want you guys to spend $29.99 a month. That's our premium program. That's gonna help fund the wedding, and
We're gonna marry multiple times.
It's gonna be awesome. We will. We'll marry multiple times. The license is only $30, so if we just get one of you guys to sign up for
And
our
I'm
premium
ordained.
program, oh, Zach's an ordained
Yeah,
minister.
I'm an ordained minister.
I just got myself into some shit that I didn't realize. I actually have to marry Carl now. This is a promise I'm willing to keep. All right, you guys email us
Yeah,
and let us
right.
know if you want it. Comment below if you want me to marry Carl.
but jumping back to that, you said that because it's in our Constitution and everything like that. That what are there any pros to what they're trying to put out there, saying that it's for national security or anything like that? Like, you just think that are they just trying to prevent people from revolting, or?
Well, they're preventing a lot of things.
Are you asking why
No,
dictatorships are a thing?
No, it's
in a weird way.
It's not a dictatorship. From
what do they?
From what they say, it's not a dictatorship.
What do they call it? Is it a communism?
No, it's a.
No.
What is it
they
labeled
took it
as?
away. What?
It's basically censorship.
Yeah.
It's basically extreme censorship.
Extreme censorship.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can't really do much about social commenting kind of stuff.
So what they
Yeah.
don't? You're saying that they don't talk about other people? Like, you can't make
you
fun
can,
of people,
you
or
can,
you can't.
You can make fun of people, but
You
lot
don't
of stuff
say,
you
like,
can't.
my company. You don't definitely don't talk about your workplace or disrespectful or anything like that, right? Because a lot of these conglomerates and corporations over there probably run the cities. I'm sure.
I don't know much about that, but
where does the freedom of speech
here's the
stops?
thing.
That's what I'm
Here's the
confused
thing.
about, I guess.
So if you're doing a theater for 1,000 people, do a show, you gotta submit your script.
Oh, you have to.
So someone has to
be
someone has to review it and say, okay, you can say this.
So you have to pre-write anything that you say publicly.
Yes. So
And
you can't.
Does
really
that include the media also? Obviously, any newspaper article or anything that gets put out, period, in their media probably has to be advised and then looked over by someone in the government.
Yeah, I mean, not even by the government. A lot of companies are censoring themselves.
Oh, okay.
They're just cutting it off.
Yes.
You wouldn't make it past this media. It didn't even bother to go through the government. The company would just censor themselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just a different mentality in general.
Yeah, pretty much. You can't just say shit you want to say.
Yeah.
Have you?
Man, we're so
How
spoiled
about-
over here in America.
Yeah,
this
I
Western
don't know
very
culture.
spoiled.
Because you're
Ever.
saying this and it's foreign to me, literally, and I
Yeah.
don't mean that in
Yeah.
a weird way. It's just it's literally those. It's wow, that's crazy. You literally can't speak on your mind.
No. I mean, you can speak your mind, but don't speak it publicly and
Don't speak it
influence
publicly, yeah.
people and start a riot or something. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
we're trying to keep it peace out here.
Yeah.
is that? Have you watched American Factory?
Yeah, I watched that documentary.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a
That's
good
one
one.
thing. Yeah, that's what it kind of blew my mind. Actually, how
What is this?
how different. You've never seen American
Yeah,
Factory?
no, explain it to
It's
me.
actually about Fuyao.
Yeah.
The one here in Dayton.
Yeah, the one here in Dayton. It's about how the Chinese workers are pretty much outdoing the American workers like crazy, but they're cutting corners and doing all sorts of stuff that's against OSHA. It just was absolutely insane. They almost ran it like a Chinese factory for
they
the
did.
longest time.
Yeah,
They did.
I heard some dude got a big piece of glass dropped on him there.
No, it was a
died.
forklift.
forklift.
A loaded forklift fell on him.
Oh,
Dang.
forklift.
So, just for that,
Or not.
when they first opened, I knew somebody there that got a high up position there. He was a boss, and just the way that they ran it, the dude came in and he was pretty much a dictator, just the way that his work style was.
Yeah.
And I remember them sitting there. It's just the old GM plant, and he goes, "I don't want the door there. I want it around the corner." And they're like, "That's going to cost us $200,000." He's like, "I don't care." And then you just see the faces of all the American workers and everything or the American bosses are like, "Okay, what the hell are we supposed to do?"
have
It's
to do
definitely a good one to watch because
Yes.
it brings a lot of insight into the work conditions in China. I bet you that place is like a play place compared to
Yeah.
a lot of the factories out there, though, just because of OSHA and stuff like that. But you see,
Yeah, think about those
you see
non-regulated places that are making iPhones where people are jumping off the fucking buildings.
yeah. Well, not only that, but
Yeah.
you see people before safety would come in, they were sitting in piles of glass sorting it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they were sitting in piles of glass, sorting it from like different tempered glasses and stuff like that, just so they could recycle it. Like they were just standing on top of broken glass.
How many times they get cut every
safety
day,
came
probably.
in there and just their minds just got blown. So, but like I said, I don't know much insight to it like you do when it comes to that. But it just as an outsider, like that whole documentary blew my mind because I've worked in factories before. I've seen how safety regulations go through. And stuff like that, and it just blew my mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like America's got the factory like what, 100 years ago?
Yeah, a couple
like,
100 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, China was like the new China is now like 60, 70 something years, and we went from nothing to no industry and everything to 60 years fucking with everything.
So your industrial revolution didn't happen until about 60 years ago.
That was fucking.
Basically.
That was a rush. That was so everybody just jumped into the fucking fire and just give it their best and just devoted their life. So a lot of them were like that.
It's
so
like a
China is
generation
like
later. It's as big as it is because of everybody that put the blood, sweat, and tears in.
So
and also a lot of the big business deals that they were making over there in that time was basically the beginnings of like the shipping problems and the container problems that we're having today in America, and the taxation that we're having from foreign products that we're depending on, because the dictators and the leaders and the businessmen of China at that time were probably like, we're gonna give you such good deals on this production that you can't turn us down. They literally couldn't, right? And there's also the taxes are way less over there.
Yeah.
If we take something over there, you go over across international waters, you don't probably have to pay Uncle Sam shit except for the sales tax when you come back over, right? Or your brick and mortar if you have like storage here, like an Amazon facility or something like that.
Yeah, well, the economy between two countries is just way too complicated.
Yeah, I know. It definitely is.
Like a lot of things, if you look at them, like they're basically doing the opposite thing, like at different times. So when they're in good relationships, everything's great. But then something happens, and then two countries like break up, and then everything's bad, and then there's the war on tariff.
What's going on with the tariff tax? That's what I was really getting at. Like, what do you make of that? And do you have an opinion on where it's headed?
I have no idea.
Okay, I don't either. I hear of it, right? And I hear, I try to listen to these stories and make sense of it, but
eventually these two countries have to work out.
They have to.
They have to.
The two superpowers of the world.
There's no other way.
It's crazy how much it's evening out, like production wise, because like China themselves are driving up the prices on what would be like a normal like. Even on like you look on like Chinese websites like Wish and stuff that ship directly from China, like their prices are going up on theirs due to the taxes, and their production is their prices are going up too.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it? Think about this: like if someone gives you a great product for long enough, like, and then like, hey, we know how much you're making, like we need some more of that money. It only makes sense that China's going to ask for more money eventually. Like they have to.
I mean, basically, you have more money, like. The economy is better, and then the workers get paid more.
Yeah, exactly. There's more money being made. More
the
people
labor
working.
is no longer as cheap as it used to be.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because people
too.
want better life.
Yeah.
And that's like, I mean, it gets kind of crazy seeing stuff like that because it's actually bringing more American jobs back because they're like, and also something that blew my mind. I used to do security for the Apple Store in Vegas. Vegas is a big Chinese gathering spot. Like the Chinese tourists go there a lot for gambling and stuff like that. But they also go there and buy boxes full of iPhones.
Yes.
They go and they buy boxes full of iPhones and stuff like that because the tax there for their own product is more than buying it here in America.
That's interesting.
That's that's something that really blew my mind, and it's stuck with me all these years, and I don't know why. Like just watching people like they would sell out of iPhones the same day. Like they would sell out of iPads and iPhones the same day because Chinese tourists would come in.
Yes.
And you would have to reserve one for yourself, or they're just whatever they had, they'd just take.
That's crazy. Are you on iPhone or Android? What do you do?
I'm an iPhone.
You're an iPhone guy?
Yeah.
I am too. I don't know what the fuck these people are thinking. They don't even have 3 dots when they text. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? This is sickening, you know?
Well, it's definitely better.
It is
let's just
better.
say.
I try to. That's what I tell people all the time. The operating system is simpler. It's user friendly. It's
I just switched to iPhone, and I really don't see the huge difference.
so.
I mean, there's
I
really
really-
no difference. I mean,
There's
Like,
a
it
huge.
really-
The difference is our friendship after this. That's going to be our difference. You also never know if I saw that message or not. So you can just sit in your fucking Android limbo for the rest of your life. How about that? How about that? 50% of the country. Those are probably the people that are driving the tariff tax up. The fucking Android users. We're done with you, Android. Fuck yourself. Jesus. That little weird guy. The little Android bug guy is weird anyway, isn't he? Looks like a little gummy bear.
now we're going on full rent
Yeah,
on
for
Android.
for
like,
sure. I have nothing.
We're gonna destroy Android on this podcast.
Carl's literally like, dude, you have no material. He's like, you looked at your watch twice and now you're ranting about Android. Can we have a fucking podcast? He came all the way from Boston for this. I'm so sorry.
No,
so
you're
sorry.
you're perfectly good.
I'm out of sody.
Do you need more?
No, I don't know. I'm nervous. I want to do something. We should talk. What do
Let's
you want?
talk.
We should talk about stuff. Tell me about where you're from originally. You were
I'm from
born-
China.
You're from China originally. So when did
Yes.
you come over to America?
I mean, I'm still from China. I mean,
You're from China.
it's
but
not
how-
like original.
How did you get like to Dayton, Ohio? How did you get here?
I went to UD for college.
Got you.
And they
Yes.
have a lot of satellites in China.
Yes.
Oh, so that's how
So-
you hooked up. They have like
Yes.
a program that sent you over here directly.
Yeah.
Okay, from your schooling over
Yeah,
there.
there's like agencies who does that, hook you up with the school.
So you're obviously a high level scholar to be able to come all the way over here and go to school,
No,
right?
we just pay the money. We just
He's like, we just had it. It was fine. It worked. That works.
Now, do you still have your parents over there? In,
yeah, my parents still in China.
Do you is the plan on trying to get them to come here?
That's gonna be a long, long game. We're gonna see.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
How often do you go back and visit?
I mean, I haven't go back in 3 years.
Okay. you've
Last
been here
time
the
I
whole
went
3
back
years.
was 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were kind of hopping back and forth in the beginning, but now you're like,
Yeah, I used to go back every summer break.
okay,
Yeah.
that's
But-
cool. So
Not really,
was it-
considering why
I
you
would-
can't go back.
why can't you go back?
Well, look what's going on in the world right now.
Oh, so you can't. That's the.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
mean-
all the restrictions basically is keeping
Yeah.
you here.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, like I have a job, so I can't just.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hop
if I,
away, yeah.
and in China, the quarantine like is what 28 something days. Like it's gonna, you're gonna spend your whole vacation quarantine
Oh,
in a
shit.
hotel. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
It doesn't
can't
even
really
make
go
sense
back
to
now.
go, yeah. Wow. That's wild.
Now, has that really affected your parents a lot? Like,
I mean, their life hasn't been affected that much, but there are people
because you're in
who,
a different area from like the main.
well,
are
not
you-
really. I mean, just as long as there's no people in your community get test positive, you're fine.
Yeah.
You can still live your life. But if there's one person tested positive, like the whole community, like stop, shut down, everybody get tested and stay in your room. Don't go out, like for like a week or two. Yeah, so that's still happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. It's crazy
Now,
time to be alive.
I
dude.
also heard some weird things. Like, I want to confirm that with you. Like, when the pandemic first started, like, they obviously didn't know the right treatments and stuff like that, so people were passing away left and right. I also heard, like, because from what, like, the people that I knew that worked at Fuyao said that the Chinese workers had an app that pretty much told, like, everybody who was who had passed. So I so
we're gonna
like,
ask that question again.
yeah, we probably will. It's gonna be a quick cut.
Well, I mean, you can finish it, so I can think about it.
Yeah. So like they had apparently they had an app that pretty much told like people who didn't make it, and I didn't know if that had translated over to here or just for any other regular citizen. glad I did that off that too. But it's just that, like, just like little rumors like that. Like, I wanted to clear up with somebody that first-handedly, like, because I'm ignorant to it. I want to know. Like, I want to get that knowledge from you. Like as a producer, that I have a bunch of useless knowledge that I like. Sometimes, like, he doesn't even have. I don't even have to Google it. Like, I just have. I'm just
You
a
just know it.
I'm a plethora of
You
useless
just know
knowledge.
It will come in handy one day. Most of the time, knowledge are
Like
useless.
a bar trivia. That's about it. Like,
We'll probably cut that last.
Oh, that's where you're gonna shine.
okay, we're back on you.
And we're back. What's up, Carl?
What's up?
Dude,
How's the kids doing?
they're doing good.
They're doing good. Okay.
Yeah, they're doing good. They're chill.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Sounds
had to
like
take a
they're
little
fighting
break
over
there.
something.
No, it's just my son. He was just fighting the dog from running out here. He was trying to hold on to her. So
Okay.
he was trying to get a bottle of water, and he had 3 on the dresser. And I was like, I think that you're good. I think you might be okay. It's just more an attention thing than anything. Probably just wanted to see what I was doing out here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happens every great now and then. Like they'll come out during an episode. I have to cut a few minutes of it out or whatever. But yeah, it's not a big deal. It's stuff, you know, you got to
No
deal with it
worries.
when you have kids.
No, it's a good thing to have kids.
It's fun, dude. Like being a parent is it's something that I never thought like I would like or that I would be even interested in.
I mean, you obviously like it. You
I
have
love
3.
it. It's amazing. It's amazing, dude. I get to I didn't have the best childhood, so I get to do all the cool stuff with them.
Oh yeah, you
that
can
I
make
didn't
it
get
up.
to do. I get to make it up. I'm literally living my childhood again.
Yeah, you're pretty much healing yourself
Yeah. Yeah.
through your kids.
In a weird way, but they get to have a blast. Like I just fucking go crazy on Christmas. We're going to Disneyland this year. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna it's good, dude. I definitely enjoy all their
Are
company.
you buying your son a PS5?
No, he's not old enough to have a PlayStation. I don't even have a PlayStation. I got too much going on to game. But they all game on like iPads and iPhones and
Okay, well, keep them away from
computers.
those.
They do a lot of the Roblox. Roblox, you know what this is?
What is that?
It's basically like a game emulator, so it's like one of the biggest things in the world. It's like a Minecraft, but for younger kids.
It's like a little kid's metaverse.
It's crazy, bro. So any game that you can think of, or any movie, or any theme, someone will go and code a game and make a game or a level that looks like this, and then the kids can just go play anything. Like he said, it's a metaverse. Like you can literally do anything in it. It's
Wow.
It's pretty wild, and there are all these crazy open world games where you can like do anything from dress up to race cars to build your own world. Like and you could do it from the phone or the computer or the TV. It's like
Wow.
the level of gaming is pretty crazy these days.
I gotta look it up.
The level of technology. Yeah, check out Roblox. Have you ever heard of this thing called Stadia?
No, what is that?
Are you a gamer at all? You into it?
I mean, I used to game, but I haven't got much time to play anything.
I feel the same way, but like when I do have a little bit of time, I like to, play some Red Dead or Red Dead Redemption or some Call of Duty. But Stadia is basically is a streaming service that's similar to. I feel like we're doing an ad. Stadia better sponsor us.
Yes.
It's a
Seriously.
Yeah, Stadia, you should fucking sponsor us. But it's basically a streaming service that's similar to Netflix or Hulu, but it's for video games. And
Okay.
it's very affordable. It's like $10 a month. Their controller is $25, and it's like sturdy and heavy, just like an Xbox or a PlayStation controller. I mean, it feels great in your hands. And I think I paid like $20, got the controller and a Google Chromecast. And I can just play from my phone, on my Mac, or on my big TV or my bedroom. And I can switch.
What games do they have?
I mean, anything that Ubisoft makes. So, like
Okay.
Watch Dogs.
Okay.
They have all the Rainbow Sixes. The Far Cry series is what I was playing when I was playing it. So, Far Cry is an amazing game. And they have a
Okay.
ton of stuff for my kids. They were playing and stuff, too. It was just kind of crazy because I've been a gamer my whole life. I just haven't played as much in the last couple of years because work, comedy, having kids and stuff.
Yeah, you have 3 kids. Come on.
It's unrealistic to think that I
Yes.
would be able to do it, but I do it a few times a week because I fucking love gaming. And
Yeah.
it was crazy for me to think that instead of buying $1,000 or $500 like new console to be able to play these modern, up to date games, the graphics that I get and like the level of gaming that I get just from streaming is pretty awesome for that price. Like for as cheap as it was.
That's an interesting business.
Yeah,
It is.
I think
very
it's
interesting.
gonna take over. If you're able to buy a controller and play something for $25 and play anything in the world, anywhere in the world, bro, it's gonna put console businesses
Oh yeah.
out of the game eventually. Like,
Do they have like the PS PlayStation games and
Don't forget to go over to our listener support page by going to the Spotify app on your phone, typing the Morning Woods into your search bar, and then you just go up to our profile, click See More, and that would take you directly to Anchor's listener support. We have 3 tiers, 99 cents, $4.99, and $9.99. We'd really appreciate
about the app. I didn't know about the app. I know like we have something like you can show your like a QR code,
Yeah.
and then you can scan, and then if you're healthy and you've never been tested positive and nobody around you got tested positive, you got a green code. So
Yeah.
you can go everywhere as long as you have the green code. And then if someone around you get tested positive, you got a red code, so you have to test it up. But I don't know about the app that shows how many people have died. I don't know about that.
I had no idea. Like I said, it was just a rumor that that went around and stuff like that. But another thing that I'm ignorant about was last year and the year before, I knew that they were promoting the Stop Asian Hate thing quite a bit. Have you first-handedly had anything like bad happen to you since the pandemic? Like, do people say some
I have
foul shit to you?
I have not. And do you want to do this again? I think this is an interesting one.
what were we talking about? Video games?
No,
We're talking about serious shit, Johnny.
we're talking about serious shit.
We're talking about
What were you guys talking about?
we're talking about
Oh,
Stop
I was
Asian
gone.
Hate.
Yeah,
That's a good message.
Yeah, we were talking about Stop Asian Hate, and I was asking him if anybody had said any foul shit to him. So I'm gonna put the camera back on him, and then we're
No,
gonna,
that's the thing. Like I never had anything bad happen to me. I think it was because that I'm a tall male that I can defend myself. Like if you call me anything, bad, I'll call your mother a cunt. I'll kick you
Yeah.
in the balls, spit in your face.
Right,
I'll
yeah.
defend myself.
Right.
And a lot of violence happened was toward women and elderly
Yeah.
people.
People who couldn't defend
So
themselves.
yes, that's why it was bad, because if you target me, I can fight back.
Right.
So
the
nobody really did that to me.
the one thing that upset me, I've seen a lot of stuff, but a lot of Asian and Chinese businesses in America, they I don't know why it bothered me so much, but they were putting signs up saying that we're not virus people and stuff like that. Like, you can come shop with me and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And that's kind of
I think when you're boycotting people, when you're boycotting people's businesses and you're doing violence upon people who are the same people as you, just with a different skin tone, it's definitely over the top, and the level that people are willing to go to impress other people these days, or to get a social media blast, it's fucking insane. And, and I think a lot of it has to do with that, just them and their tribe mentality, trying to impress their group, and everybody is willing to do the next craziest fucking thing. And it's terrible. But with that same thing in mind, as a comic, how do you feel about the comments that Tony Hinchcliffe made about Asian people? Right? Because that's a different thing. You're talking about freedom of speech versus being violent and boycotting businesses and taking money out of
That's
someone's
the
mouth.
thing about being the only Chinese person in the room. Anytime, at a show or mic,
That comes up. Yeah.
some comic says something about China, I have to listen. Okay, is this racist? I have to make a decision for my people.
Right. You do. Yeah, you literally do. It's your job. Maybe not.
No,
Maybe.
for that thing is a little complicated, because he was trying to do the technique he was using was saying that the wrong is the most wrong thing in the time.
Yes.
In the time.
The
And-
raunchiest thing he could say to get a
Yes.
reaction. Yeah.
Yes, and that's a technique. That's a technique we can all use. But the thing is that the word chink, that this is how we define racism. These days, it's the word. If you say the N word, we think you're racist.
Yeah.
Just don't say that word. So if you say the word chink, we're gonna think you are fucking racist.
Automatic.
Like that. No,
That's like the
that's
worst,
how we define racism.
That's the
like,
worst racial slur you could say against Asian people, basically.
Yes. So if you don't say that word, you can say whatever the fuck. Pretty much, you can say it and get away with it.
Right.
I mean, they're still getting away with saying chink. That's the difference between chink and the N word.
You
We
almost
want
said
our
it.
word.
Did you see it? He almost said. I'm just
We
kidding.
want our word to be treated the same way as the N word. Like
Yeah.
if you say it, you lose your career.
Right.
No, I'm kidding. I mean, all of them should deserve a second chance. I'm just saying, like, they get away with saying chink instead of the N word.
Yeah.
If he said the same thing with the N word, he would be gone.
He would be done.
He
yeah.
would no longer have the show, the podcast, nothing.
Right.
And they were trying to cancel him just for that. I couldn't imagine if he would. Like, I mean, like that's like an eye opener too. Like, just not like hearing it from like because like you don't really hear many people before the Stop Asian Hate thing. You didn't really hear many people outspoken about it. Like because that's something that like.
Yeah.
You like as a white guy. Like,
Oh
you
yeah,
hear
Americans
that
have
all the time.
Americans have been racist against Chinese people since the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Just like the Irish, they would. Be, you know what I mean? Like they call.
Yeah.
They literally.
Don't bring the Irish into
They literally. No, it's the same thing. When everybody was getting off boats back in the 1700s, and they were treating them like shit.
The
It was
only
like-
thing that I
they
can
were
really
just lumping
compare,
them in.
the only thing I can really compare to the Chinese and the Chinese and the coronavirus thing is how Americans treated the Japanese in the 40s when it came to like them wanting to get out of their neighborhoods and boycott their businesses and stuff like that. When they're a lot of them were born here or they've been here for ever and a day, and they've established businesses here, they've established families and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and like that's one thing that because I'm a big history buff, and I was seeing a lot of similarities. Like I don't know, it just
When people are angry, they lose like logic and everything.
and
they're just,
like I mean,
they just want to target someone and attack them.
And then you have like I don't know, like then you have like our leader of the world going up there and saying the Chinese virus.
Yes.
And
Oh,
stuff like that.
he has made our life way harder.
Yeah.
So like, and that's
No
what
doubt.
and that's what people don't understand. Like when he was running, I lost a lot of friends because I was outspoken about what he was saying. Like regardless if there are illegals here and stuff like that, they're having families here. These families, these children, and all these people are Americans now. And the stuff that he was saying, and then when this happened, another thing. Like, I mean, like I've watched like comedians like Bobby Lee and stuff like that, like be outspoken about it, but like laugh at it at the same time. He go, especially when he called it like the Kung flu.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it's like that thing on TikTok. It's a good joke,
Yes.
but like. You have to.
Yes,
The right person
that's the
has to
thing.
say.
Yeah,
it.
it's comedian's job to say that.
It's contextual too. It's like if someone's like saying like I'm not going to shop at your business, and then they're saying that on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's different. But if I feel like if not only is it a person that is Asian and that it is a comedian, like it's all about how you represent what you're saying. Like, and I think you made that point earlier. It's a lot about how you feel when you do it too. You know, if you're punching down and you're being negative, it's not comedy, and it should be taken as hatred, I think.
I mean, he's the president, so
He
it's
definitely,
hard.
He definitely wasn't he wasn't kidding.
I mean,
He wasn't fucking around when he said it, dude.
He
It's
was
not the first
definitely
time he
messing
said
with
it
us.
either.
Even if he was fucking around, there's people out there that take everything that he says as gospel.
yeah.
And he just
But
some of the shit that he said about anybody, like, is
Yeah.
it funny?
It's
Wrong stage though.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Wrong stage.
Yeah.
Like it's like if somebody were to get up there and it was like Saturday Night Live clip that he said some shit like that, like I mean,
Yeah.
we used to make fun of George Bush,
Dude,
Jr.
SNL could not
Yes.
say the stuff that our former president was saying.
Yes.
Literally the people who make fun of him on SNL couldn't say something as bad as what he said, and that
Of
kind of
course.
took power away from them.
I mean,
But and that's a whole like other thing though. But like it's the wrong stage. I think like it's just,
it's the wrong stage.
like I miss when we were able to make fun of like people like George Bush Jr. And stuff like that when they were on stage, they weren't up there. They weren't up there saying hateful shit.
Yeah, they weren't talking shit.
Like, but like I mean, like 9/11 happened when he was there. You didn't see him going up there calling out all Arabs.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. That was just a normal American thing. Could you imagine if like somebody like him were to have called out somebody like that? Like it would be asinine. Like and then we look at like people who are running for president. I don't know if you know the history of our people who have ran for president in the past and stuff like this. I think his name was Howard Dean.
Okay.
Like this is back in like 2004, I think, when President Bush was running for his second term. They were looking for a Democratic candidate. He literally just yelled on stage, and he was done. Like his ratings, like he was like doing like a rally thing, like where he was like a rally cry.
Yeah.
And he yelled on stage, and he was just done. Like and then you fast forward.
Yeah.
8 years, and you have a president.
Yeah.
Like, wait, no, it was 12 years.
Yeah.
And you have a president or a candidate saying the shit that Trump was saying.
Yeah.
Just getting completely out of it. Like, so, like, I mean, it just, it's like comparing like times, like.
Also, I mean,
it's like we're reverting back. It was like, it was weird.
Well, also, Trump supporter is supporting him no matter what.
Yeah.
Because they think he represents their interest. So I think that's how he get away with saying crazy shit. Because he has a solid base.
Yeah. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I've had to leave the show like 4 fucking times tonight, but Zach has been a great host. I should have put him over here.
Hey, we're just doing our thing. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We'll just keep it rolling. If shit happens, then we're not going to. I don't want to make any more cuts than we have to.
I know. I literally, we're gonna have to cut a few pieces out of this. But like, overall, I think it was fun, and we got a couple of good laughs there in the beginning before we started talking about some real serious matters. And,
we were too serious.
We were a little too serious for a comedy podcast.
It was a little serious, but
what was funny
is
we need
to
to
have those shows. We need to have those shows.
We need to go deep.
We checked ourselves because I was like, "What's a tariff?" And he was like, "I don't know." And I was like, "I don't fucking know either." So there was a point where we got too deep for our own shit. We were like, "All right, you know what?"
Like I mean, like the public themselves need to know like how serious some of this shit is.
No, life's
not all about shits and giggles,
right?
Like how we have on here, and like I mean, when we have a person on here that has a different perspective of the world and how that have lived in other stuff, then we need to express that. So I think Nate's here.
Awesome.
Yeah, but
I love how you do this, and Johnny just go do stuff.
Yeah, no, I'll just put the camera on you, and we'll just talk. I mean, it's just that we got to improvise here just a little bit. So.
Yes.
No, we don't. We don't have to improvise anything because I'm cutting the last 20 minutes out of this show. Jesus Christ! I don't even know what's going on anymore. I don't even care. My dog just ate the neighbor kid. That's what the fuck happened. If you guys were wondering where the fuck I was, my dog just killed the fucking neighbor. Jesus Christ. These headphones aren't even on right. Carl, I really appreciate you coming here all the way from China to be able to do the show tonight. I just want to say that you being here has made me stop my Asian hate, and I hope that you guys at home stop your Asian hate too, because it's fucking bullshit. We're sick of it. That's why Carl came here tonight. Other than that, this has been a really fun show, and I really enjoyed everybody and all your time and all you guys for watching. So please go over to our listener support program. We've just launched it this year. Our lowest tier is 99 cents a month. Second
That's very
tier
low.
Is it's only $4.99 a month, and then our highest tier is just $10. And if you go for $10, that would be crazy. We would love it. You guys would help us produce the show.
Please give us $10.
You guys would help us make it better because
Let's
Please.
be honest. It's not free having lawsuits where your
We
dogs
can't even show
kill
you
people.
the thing on the water.
Yeah, no,
give us $10.
We can't show you, and we don't have it in our budget to blur it out. So we need the $10. Do send it. We really appreciate you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Please follow Karl. Not on social media. Follow him back to China, and and just do whatever you can to make it back to his house because
Now,
that's.
do you have any plugs that you want to do before we end
Yes.
this? Let's do this. If people are still listening.
No one listens to this show.
If you're interested, just in case,
I am.
please, one person.
If only one person follows Karl, this is worth him coming here.
This is totally worth the 45 minutes drive. Is totally. I'm kidding. Okay, so my social media is all Karl Xie comedy. So with a K, Karl with a K, and my website is that too, just .com.
KarlXie.com, KarlXieComedy.com.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you guys for listening. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you, Zach, for steering tonight because I just
Thanks, Dak.
my autopilot was on and I had a lot of shit going on. We had this is crazy. This
He
has
had
been a
3
crazy
kids
show.
and a dog.
I have 3 kids and a dog,
And
they
his
all,
neighbor's
they all
dog.
attacked my neighbor. They're dead. Everyone's
Yeah.
dead. Everyone's dead. And by the time you watch the show, you'll be dead too. So thank you so much, guys. Have a good night.